Hi guys, Rishi here with another video. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. It's a beautiful day in London today. It's finally feels like summer. It's 25 degrees and I'm melting in the upstairs of my bedroom of my house. I've got a fan on, so apologies if you can hear it in the background, but I do need it. Otherwise I will melt and you will see me mopping my brow with a flannel. Where is my flannel? Like an old man, because it is that hot. And I have dropped my flannel, so yeah. Anyway, let's crack on. Got a tissue. So, I've been wanting to make this video for about 6 months. I had the idea to make this video 6 months ago. However, for some reason, I just kept forgetting. It's something I've wanted to talk about. And then last week, or about 10 days ago, someone who saw my video called Natalie Watkins said, "Hi Rishi, I've just discovered your amazing channel." Thank you very much, Natalie. That's very kind. "Have you heard of ashwagandha? If so, what are your thoughts on natural remedies for anxiety?" And that reminded me that I have been wanting to make a video about ashwagandha for such a long time, because I have been taking ashwagandha for about 4 years now, and for some reason I've just not talked about it on this channel. I don't know why. It's been at the back of my mind to talk about it, but I've just not got around to it, and I have forgotten several times. So today we're going to talk about ashwagandha and my thoughts on natural remedies. So if you don't know what ashwagandha is, let's talk about it. Now, I'm not an expert in holistic remedies. I'm not a medic, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician. I have no scientific background whatsoever. All I can talk about is my experience and the things I find on the internet. So if you don't know what ashwagandha is and I'm sorry, I'm reading it because I don't want to get it wrong, though I know it, I don't want to get it wrong. So ashwagandha is the common name for Withania somnifera, or what is also known as winter cherry. It is an evergreen shrub that grows in India, the Middle East, and kind of the Africa regions. It is Indian ginseng. So commonly we know Chinese ginseng. You get ginseng tea. I think you can buy it in like kind of Chinese herbal shops, and that's kind of how we know ginseng. But there is also Indian ginseng, which is commonly known as ashwagandha. The funny thing is, my maternal grandmother is well into holistic remedies, and she had told me about ashwagandha several years ago. So every time I see her, she'll say, "Rish, you should really be taking this," or "I read in a book that, you know, this herb with this herb can really help with this, that, and the other." And you kind of think, "Oh, great, thanks." You know, she's not like witchy or anything like that. She's just very much in tune with kind of natural remedies and natural alternatives to medication. So she had always mentioned ashwagandha to me, and the way she used to talk about it is like this is kind of this super drug, like this super plant, super herb that can really not cure, but really help the body and the mind and the physical being with combating a range of things. And I kind of just ignored it until I started experiencing anxiety and I started experiencing my own sort of poor mental health issues, which I've talked about in spades. So I started then doing research. And you know, when scientists on YouTube start talking about ashwagandha, and then you kind of start reading like scientific journals about it, you then kind of think, there must be something to what your grandmother was saying. You know, until then I just thought, yeah, whatever, grandmother, like, you know, yeah. And that's kind of when I started taking ashwagandha seriously, and this is way before I discovered sertraline. So I was looking for something to manage my anxiety. So Indian ginseng, ashwagandha, is perhaps best known for its ability to reduce stress. Now, who the hell in this world is not stressed? So really, everyone should be taking this. It is classified as an adaptogen. What is an adaptogen, you ask? A substance that helps you cope with stress. So, adaptogens are plants and mushrooms that help you respond to stress, anxiety, fatigue, and overall well-being. I mean, it is a bloody super drug, isn't it? Like, what more would you want? It helps you combat stress, anxiety, fatigue, and overall well-being. I mean, in 2022, who isn't stressed, anxious, fatigued, and is constantly worrying about their well-being? So you can take an adaptogen by adding them to your food or your beverage or your... So you can take adaptogens by adding it to so you can take adaptogens as a supplement with your food or as a tablet. And I don't know if you've seen that you now get like mushrooms has become a big thing. Not magic mushrooms, but just kind of like various types of mushrooms are now kind of being looked at as kind of like superfoods and adaptogens, and now you get mushroom coffee and mushroom teas, and it's like mushroom is a well-being industry in itself. So when I started doing my own research, I had come across ashwagandha, and I started doing a lot of reading into it. Now, I'm not an expert in it, but I have been taking it a long time, so I have my thoughts on it. Now, just to tell you about how it comes, so I get them in tablet form. I think you can get it in a powder form as well, but I don't really like powders because they always taste a bit horrible. So you kind of get like capsules. Don't know if you can see that. And these are vegetarian because some capsules aren't. Like the plastic or that kind of soft shell that they come in, sometimes they're made of that gelatin, whereas this is a vegetable cellulose. And this is a 500 milligram capsule that lasts 120 days. Now, there are if you Google this and go off onto Amazon, there are hundreds of brands selling ashwagandha. So it can get really confusing and complicated. So it can take a while to really understand which brand or which like sort of product in particular you should be considering. There is also something called, what is it called? It's called KSM60, I believe. So you'll get all these different types listed on Amazon, and then some that say, well, you get different ones. So this is like 500 milligrams, so then you get 1,000 milligrams. But where is it? Oh, KSM66. Now, this one isn't, I don't think it's KSM66, but basically KSM66 is how you differentiate how pure the product is. So you get the root, which is kind of where the pure stuff comes from. And I guess some brands, to bring the the cost of the product down, they use some of the leaf. So it just depends on your budget. This is around $11.99 for 120 capsules. But you know, there is KSM 66 here from 1 month supply for $18.99. Here's $23.99. There's drops, there's powder. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So there's gummies. You've got to do your research. You've got to figure out what's in your budget if you're thinking about it. And I mean, I've been taking this for 5 years now. How do I feel about it? So I started taking them way before I started taking Sertraline. And when I started taking Sertraline, I stopped taking ashwagandha because I just thought I'd rather see what the Sertraline does. When I stopped the Sertraline, I went back onto ashwagandha. And here are my thoughts on it. So it's a natural product which I love. I mean, that's key for me. I don't take huge amounts of multivitamins on a day-to-day basis, but if I can take something that helps me manage mood, stress, anxiety, for me, that's like a safety net that I don't have anymore, which I used to have with Sertraline. So as soon as I stopped the Sertraline, I switched back onto ashwagandha. There are a lot of case studies, if you read online, about placebo effect. And this is where you start to think, how well do these things work? And my honest answer is, I don't know. I could not sit here and honestly tell you that this has changed my life and this is how it's making me feel. I I would be lying to you if I was to sit here and say this is the best thing that I could have chosen to start again. Like with the Sertraline, I really felt a massive difference. And I don't know if because it's scientifically kind of formulated in a lab, it's chemically based, and it's proven to shift, serotonin levels and all that. And this kind of is meant to have a similar effect. It's meant to adapt to your serotonin levels and how you and sort of kind of general your state of your body. I know my stepmom takes it because she's diabetic, and it's meant to help regulate sugar levels and her blood measure readings and things like that. She has told me that she has seen a big difference since she started taking it. I just don't know, but what I do know is for £11.99, which is what I pay for 120 days worth of supply, if it's doing something, whatever it's doing, I'm okay with that. I'm okay to pay that, to continue taking it, to whether it's placebo or not. I'm feeling good at the moment, and I can't say it's purely because of this. It could be a it could be a magnitude of different things. I just know that it doesn't cost me a lot to continue taking it, and there's a lot of science behind ashwagandha. If you Google it, there aren't hippies talking about it. There are scientific people on YouTube making long videos about the benefits of ashwagandha. After you watch this, go and do your own research. There is a lot of research out there. So the way I see it is, it's not costing me a lot. I take it at night with all my other tablets that I take, and it's just part of my routine. I'm feeling great at the moment. It could be because of this, I don't know, but I like the fact that it's natural, because I already take tablets which I have no choice but to take, which aren't natural. So if I can incorporate more natural things into my daily diet, that's helping me with my health, my well-being, my mental state, I'm all for it. It can be expensive, so you've got to decide what's in your budget. So to answer your question, Natalie, my thoughts on ashwagandha is, I have been taking it for a long time. I can't sit here and honestly say it works wonders. I just know that I'm in a good place, and I have been on this for a long time now. So partly it could be down to this, but I think everyone should try it for themselves. If it's placebo, great. Even if I'm feeling good, I don't care if it's a placebo or not. All that matters is I feel positive and I'm mentally fit. To answer the second part of your question, my thoughts on natural remedies are, I think they have its place. I'm not going to sit here and say, I mean, I get a lot of comments on my videos, and you might scroll through them and read them yourself, of people who say, how could I be promoting Sertraline? How can I be talking about medications that are formed in a lab that mess with our emotions and our mental state and our sexual drive and all these sorts of things? And I'm not sitting here preaching and talking about encouraging people to take it. I can only talk about my experience so people can make an informed decision. But I do feel that pharmaceutical products do have a place. I take paracetamol when I have a headache, so it's something I've grown up with. I'm not adverse to it. I think they have a place, especially when it comes to things that we can't necessarily control, which is we can't always control our mood. So for me, they do have a place. But I also think natural remedies have a place, whether it's for your gut. I'm big into gut health at the moment. If I've had a very heavy meal the night before, all I want to do is grab a bottle of kefir the next day for my breakfast. So I'm very much into probiotics and gut health. Ashwagandha has been a big part of my life for many years now. I think there's enough science and research there to prove that it has some benefits. If I can incorporate that into my diet, great. They say having cold showers is meant to be amazing for you. I'm just not into cold showers, so that's not something that works for me. But I know people it does work for. I have friends who take, a minute cold shower every single day, and they feel great after it. So I think do your own research, understand why you're taking it. If it's natural or sort of unnatural, understand what am I taking this for. Is there a natural alternative that's just as good? And something like ashwagandha might be a good way to start. That's exactly what I did. I started taking it for 6 months or a year nearly before I started sertraline to see how it made me feel. It didn't change my life, it didn't completely transform my mood, my mental state. So I did have to use sertraline for a while, and then I've gone back onto this. So I would say everyone needs to kind of decide for themselves how that fits in to their lifestyle. I don't take, loads of other supplements. I don't feel I need to. I know my lodger takes like black pepper pills and turmeric pills and things like that. I'd rather incorporate that into my own, into my food and my cooking. That might not be part of his lifestyle. So I think everyone needs to do their own research, think about it for themselves, understand why they're doing it and what the benefits are, and make that decision for themselves. I think both herbal remedies and scientific-based medication work hand in hand. Something else I'm really loving at the moment is a tea that I drink occasionally before I go to bed that has like catnip in there, and it really helps me relax. Chamomile tea, it's got chamomile and lavender, catnip, it's got this kind of big sleep blend that just really knocks me out. It puts me into a really nice deep sleep. So that's something I enjoy taking. They're natural herbs. We're the planet is we're surrounded by great natural things that have really good health benefits. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I don't want to go on too much about it. I like ashwagandha, backed in lots of science and research, so try it for yourself if that's something you're interested in. Lots of options on Amazon, I'm sure, everywhere in the world, all different price points. So I hope this video has been somewhat helpful. I think I'll probably keep taking it for the foreseeable. I don't see why not. I hope that's helped, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It tells me that you like my videos. Please hit the like button. And I hope you are having a great day wherever you are. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.